Well, part 3 of my Earl Sweatshirt Super Friday concludes with this video, reacting to some rap songs, the album here. I've done I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, along with the 2 music videos. I just finished listening to Solace, which is really kind of a neat experience, man. Talk about hitting the bottom. And it was really interesting in the sense of, I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside was pretty dark to begin with. And then Solace, somehow, man, he just kind of puts this emptiness into it on top of the darkness. It does find the bottom. And now, here we are with some rap songs. And I don't really know where we go from here. This came out 2018. I do believe that, 2015 was the other 2. So it's been a couple years. I don't know anything about Earl's history through this period of time in his life, but I'm curious to see, where are we? Where are we with all this? So I was looking at the track listing. There's 15 songs. It's 26 minutes. All the songs are really short. So what I'm going to do with each track, I'm assuming there's not a lot of lyrics. Well, there's it's not a lot. I think what I'll do with each song is I'm just going to let them play beginning to end. And then I'll talk on them or about them at the end of each track. So do a full listen for each song. On YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, obviously I have to edit it. I have to cut it out because it'll get blocked. They'll just straight up block it. What I try to do is I try to cut about 50% of the music for my edited versions. And then at the end, I'm going to do a reaction to, there's like this short film called Nowhere Nobody, which is about 8.5 minutes. That'll be at the end. I'll do that. That'll be Patreon only because YouTube, again, will block the video if I'm showing video and I have the audio. It's really annoying. So I'm making that a Patreon exclusive thing just to try and, entice people. $2 a month for Patreon. Over 100 albums I've reacted to that are available there. So if you want to support the channel, I appreciate it. Cool. Let's drop in. First one's called Shattered Dreams. Produced by Earl Sweatshirt. The longest track off of the album, it looks like, at a whopping 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So really kind of curious to see where the sound goes. Just came off of I Don't Like Shit, Don't Go Outside and Solace. It's been a couple years. Let's see where Earl is at now, some years later. Track 1, Shattered Dreams.
Imprecise words.
Yeah, she get it cause he mean it. He's a free smoking nigga need it. Mask on, we trick or treating. Back off, standoffish and anemic. Yeah, my nigga itch, told him it's a feeling. Glass off, butt shot into my ceiling. Why ain't nobody tell me I was bleeding? Please, nobody pinch me out the dream. I said peace to my dirty water drinkers. Nobody try and get it clean. Why ain't nobody tell me I was sinking? Ain't nobody tell me I could leave. Yeah, we win again, seething within. No sit-up, but it's crunch time. Shooting in the clutch. The midsummer sunshine found me on my ones, face dripping. Hate swimming through your bloodlines. Motherfucking judge saying going to the one time. Yeah, come and take a stroll in the mud. Dip a toe when it hurt, the hammer like a grudge. When you're holding it close, we was on the cusp. It was holes in the boat, we ain't make a fuss.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I typically don't care for samples that loop a lot. Obviously, that sample loops a lot. But I was surprised in that I didn't hate it. Normally, it annoys me. Normally, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking tired of this. And it didn't really do that. I stayed pretty kind of neutral throughout. And I'm just thinking about the function of it. And especially this final line. Because the sample is saying dream, right? Dream. Imprecise words, dream. The sample is a vocal excerpt from an author and social critic, James Baldwin. Okay. I should read this right here because this will be like a personal attack on me. Taken from a lecture at New York City, he said, I really don't like words like artist or integrity or courage or ability. I have a kind of distrust for those words because I don't really know what those words mean any more than I really know such words as democracy or peace-loving or warlike or integration. And yet, once compelled to recognize that all these imprecise words are kind of attempts made by us all to get to something which is real and which lives behind the word, I suppose the only word for me when the chips are down is that I'm an artist. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we've got this sample saying dream over and over again. We've got this sample of imprecise words. We've got, at the end of the chorus, him saying, please nobody pinch me out of this dream. So he's in a dream. He's in a dream. He's in a dream. You know, mask off, mask on. We're trick-or-treating, back off, standoffish, and anemic. It's like altering egos in a sense, that right there. The mask off, the mask on, trick-or-treating. You know, sometimes you get something good, sometimes you get something bad. You back off, you stand offish. I don't fucking know. This is kind of wild. Very jarring coming from Solus to this. Very jarring. I said, peace to my dirty water drinkers. Nobody's trying to get it clean. Why didn't nobody tell me I was sinking? That's an interesting line after those other two albums. And ain't nobody to tell me I could leave. That's an interesting line because Grief, that song Grief, very dark. But I felt like it was very much a self-imposed kind of darkness, especially with the theme of the album. I don't like shit. I don't go outside. So you stay inside. You stay in the darkness. But then I wonder if he got to the point where he didn't feel like he could leave and nobody told him, you can leave at any time. You can just leave the darkness. Bit of a reach there off of one line, but there you go. We build the bridge. We hold the court. Send a cease and desist to your thieves. Please do abort. I could feel when you're forcing it. I take the tour chips. I get some Azucar. The Midsummer Sunshine Family. Okay. All right. Shattered Dreams is the name of the song. I kind of don't know what to make of this, and that's okay. We're going to move forward. We're going to move forward. Let's see if I can settle into the sound of this album. The next track is called Red Water. It kind of Shattered Dreams transitions out with the sound of like bubbles in the track, so I'm assuming that's going to pick up right here with Red Water. Nope, it didn't. Okay.
I know I'm a king. Stock on my shoulder, I would sing. I ain't know that I could leave. Papa call me Keef. Gotta keep it brief. Lock and load, I can see you lying through your teeth. Fingers on my soul.
Weird sound.
23. Blood in the water, walking in my sleep. Blood on my father, I got another dream. I was playing with magic, high blessings in my sleeve. I know I'm a king. Stock on my shoulder, I was sinking. I ain't know that I could leave. Papa call me Chief. Gotta keep it brief.
What the fuck?
Load, I can see you lying through your teeth. Fingers on my soul. Stock on my shoulder, I was sinking.
What the fuck? It's just a loop. The whole thing's a loop.
Gotta keep it brief. Lock and load, I can see you lying through your teeth. Fingers on my soul, this is 23. Blood in the water, I was walking in my sleep. Blood on my father, I got another dream. I was playing with magic, high blessings in my sleeve.
What the fuck? So I will say for the record, I don't like that song. But there's a lot of interesting shit happening there. So I want to kind of break it apart because it's very odd. Very odd. The lyrics just repeat the same thing over and over. So let's start clicking. Well, let's see. I want to click on annotations, but maybe let's see if I can solve this riddle a bit myself here. I know I'm a king, stock on my shoulder. I was sinking. I know I could leave. Papa called me Chief, got to keep it brief, locked and loaded. I can see you lying through your teeth. Fingers on my soul. This is 23. Blood in the water. I was walking in my sleep. Blood on my father, I forgot another dream. I was playing with the magic, hide blessings in my sleeve. So the only thing that comes to mind, and I'm only going to say this because this is the only thing that comes to mind. I have no idea if this is the intention. I'll share what I think and then we'll click annotations. I think blood in the water, I was walking in my sleep. I wonder, did he like try and slit his wrists in the bathtub? That's the only thing I can think of. And then I was playing with the magic, hide blessings in my sleeve. You know, if you think of, okay, the magic is the blood running through my veins. I'm hiding it in my sleeve. I have no idea. It's just like the closest thing that can come to mind. So let's click on these annotations because I have no fucking idea. So I know I'm a king. Stock on my shoulder, I was sinking. This goes into, this is the annotation said. Earl implies that the stock of his gun is pressed on his shoulder. Okay. The possible double entendre may also reference the stock of an anchor, which on his shoulder would cause him to sink. Okay. So if he was holding an anchor. Additionally, Earl's last name is a name I can't pronounce, of African origin, meaning the king has arrived. Okay. Okay. So if you think of it in terms of the double entendre, the wordplay being a gun and an anchor, that makes sense. I didn't know I could leave. Proposed suggestion. I think Earl is saying that the stock on his shoulder by his label was so big he was sinking. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I was taking it in terms of leaving the darkness and the state of depression that he was in and trying to move on from that, but leaving the label. That makes sense. Papa called me chief. That's a long ass annotation. Okay, let's just do it. We'll just do this. This line points back to the first line when Earl says, "I know I'm a king," as he remarks his father calling him chief. Chiefs are leader of tribes. Earl, like his father, is a poet, and this may be inferring that his father passed on the baton. Maybe, sure. Sweat has gone from the student to become the master. Oh, Sweatshirt has become and ascended his father's throne. Okay. Or this could be seen as a term of endearment. Yeah, sure. Sure. In the past, we've heard Earl mention the absence of his father, but it is evident that he admires and idolizes him, which is true, and especially in Chum. This was something obviously significant meaning to Sweatshirt. What about gotta keep it brief? Oh my God. In an interview with Vulture, he says brevity is a theme he tries to capture in his music. Just the concept of brevity I've become. It's been made evident to me that I've become kind of obsessed with simplifying shit, which sometimes can lead to oversimplification. People take a lot of liberties, I feel like. Well, of course. We have to. Incomplete shit is really stressful to me, and the concept of unsimplified fractions is really stressful to me. Okay. Okay. What about blood in the water, all this other shit? I was walking in my sleep, blood of my father, I got another dream. These two lines call back to the previous song on the album, Shattered Dreams. Why ain't nobody tell me I was bleeding? Nobody pinched me out of this dream. Earl describes dangerous walking sleep. The second line describes how Earl blames his father. For lacking of hope, motivation, having faced depression. Okay. And then I was playing with the magic. This is a reference to the Irvin Magic Johnson of Farmer. He is regarded best. I don't know. Well, whatever. Jesus. Red water. I have no idea what to make of that. No idea what to make of that. And what's funny to me is Earl Sweatshirt complains about people misinterpreting his lyrics. I just made a mess of all of that. That was a complete disaster. Let's move on to track 3, which is called Cold Summer. It's produced by Earl. It's a minute long. Let's just play through it.
We roam tundras. The boy been gone a few summers too long. From road running, trunk full of old hunters. Of course, my old lover was scorned. We grow from it. Don't tell me they don't hunt us for sport. I chose substances. No cuddles, the bases is all covered. Niggas come in the door and smoke something. Choke up on a slugger for home run ins. See it through, keep a noose hanging off of my neck. We got the juice, niggas corny as shit. We on the loose, niggas know what it is. We making moves. Niggas corny as shit. We got the juice, niggas know what it is. Yeah.
It is night, and like the others, I clean my weapons. It is all so familiar.
Okay. Starting to settle into the sound a little bit. Kind of okay with this one. Not enough to give it a heart. I feel like this album, if it keeps going like this album is going to be something I have to like listen to it a couple times before I really start getting used to it. Because this is a huge shift in sound. And I am thinking of the idea of brevity here, something that he talked about, and focusing on brevity. I mean, he just punched through. That was 66 seconds right there. The boy's been gone a few summers too long from road running, trunk full of old hunters. Of course, my old lover was scorned. Don't tell me they don't hunt us for sport. I chose substances, no cuddles, the bases all covered. That's got to be a reference to Cops, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. This was kind of a neat line. Choke up on the slugger from home run-ins. That's like a... It's like you're saying two things at the same time there. You know, a slugger, home run, you choke up on the bat before you hit the home run. But then you also choke up the slugger, the guy, maybe domestic violence or something like that. All these home run-ins. And so you go into the other person's house, you're going to run into them at home because you just found out they beat up, your sister or your cousin or whoever, right? You're choking up on the slugger. And it's just seen. It's on chest thump. His head thumps on the floor. So you fight, knock him out because he was beating up whoever. We pressed up on the boy, no more bluffing. So that sounds like a reference to something right there. Cold summers, don't tussle strangers. Some of those keep one in the chamber. I like this. 3 spliffs had my wingtips clipped. I was stuck in a hanger. So 3, from what I understand, spliffs is joints. So he's smoking so much he can't fly. He's not free. He's stuck in a hanger. His wings are clipped. Muffle my pain and muzzle my brain up. So I think right there that those 2 lines are a reference of him saying he was smoking so much he couldn't be free creatively. Maybe, I don't know. That's the best I could do with that one. It's kind of fun in the sense that I'm so confused and I have no idea what to make of these lyrics that I'm just kind of guessing. But sometimes that makes for entertaining outcomes. You never know. Chuck a deuce if you know it's the end. Like peace, right? Keep the truth in the palm. Keep the truth in my palm and my chest. So he keeps his truth in his heart and maybe in his palm as in like in a gun. I don't know. See it through. Keep a noose hanging off my neck. Oh, no shit. He wears a gold noose necklace. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. That was pretty straightforward. Huh. Fuck, this is wild. Let's move on. Track 4. It's called Nowhere to Go. And I believe this is what the music video is based off of, but we'll do the music video at the end. Oh, no. The music video is called Nowhere Nobody. I don't know. All right. It's produced by Daryl Tidkay and Ade Keem. Nowhere to Go. Track 4. Let's see if I can find some footing somewhere.
We back,
Totally. This is so wild.
Every nigga that's tripping around, he serves a reminder that I gotta watch my step. I keep it quiet as cat. Yeah, I think I spent most of my life depressed. Only thing on my mind was that didn't know my time was next. Yeah. Trying to refine this shit. I redefine myself. First I had to find it. I couldn't find a friend. Had to rely on my wisdom. I be with Mike and man. Nowadays I be with Satan with 6. Press, he dig. Loose on my chain is gold. Tell me how you been faking the whole time. That's a surveillance goal. These niggas be playing for both sides. This shit can take a toll. There ain't no.
What the fuck? That this is so different. What the fuck? I just had the thought pop into my head of how this is the complete opposite of what Heroes and Villain is by Metro Boomin. Like, it's the complete fucking inverse of all of that. Holy shit. God, this is wild. I'm enjoying how unique and different it is, but I haven't like settled into it at all. I was settling into the other tracks, the other albums, but this is just bumpy. It's kind of reminded me of Injury Reserve, honestly. Reminded me of Injury Reserve. Now, I don't know, when was this? This is 2018, I believe. Yeah, I think Injury Reserve was around too. They were kind of kicking off albums, but I wonder how much crossover there is between Injury Reserve fans and Earl Sweatshirt. Huh. Okay, let's go through a little bit of lyrics here. Every person that's tripping around me serves as a reminder that I gotta watch my step. I think I spent most of my life depressed. Only thing on my mind was death. I didn't know if it was my time next. Trying to refine this shit, I redefined myself, which is kind of neat. First, I had to find it. So I like that opening portion of the verse because he's, you know, talking about basically coming out of that hole that he was in, and all that darkness that he was buried in a couple years back with the other albums. And he's talking about, you know, needs a city, gets a coast, celebrates with a toast. You went and gave me a cape, but then never gave me any hope. Yeah, Cape is a superhero. Earl stated in his years as an artist, his music became an emotional outlet for so many people. His fans gave him a cape. Yeah, looked at him as their hero. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that. Yeah, and, you know, also, they're saying how it didn't help his mentality because he referenced so many times about the struggles he had with fans and being surrounded by him, or being stranded inside of a mob, you know, being surrounded by hundreds of thousands of fucking fans. And I found a new way to cope. I ain't no slave in my soul, but I keep the memories close by. Even when I hit a low, I still give thanks to the Most High. That line was surprising to me because previously he was not religious. Now he is religious. It's because he was raised in a house. Oh, okay. So then the other annotation I was reading from the other side was bullshit then. Or maybe I just misunderstood it. So he was raised in a house that practiced a form of Buddhism and has since returned to those practices as an adult. However, he has expressed ideas that contradict or more show a personalization of his practices. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can't do favors no more. If you lame and you're broke and you're waiting for a cosign. How are you been faking the whole time? And they played for both sides. I wonder what he's referencing there. Jesus. Huh. Okay. So well on track. I haven't put any hearts yet. I'll be coming back to this album and listen to it again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to settle into this though. This has been very challenging thus far. Track 5 is called December 24th, produced by Denmark Vesey. Here we go. Let's check this one out.
It is surely time that the species of black culture of America be recognized.
It's so different.
In the dialect of English. It is, in every sense of the word, a dialect.
Allen with the pick fro, answer in the outlet. Alley-oop and all this shit home. Powered up, out for the assist, don't panic when it get cold. We go at it, ho. How you want them ribs smoke, family? 10 toes, know you want your shit already. Big stove granite in your fist ball, standing on the strip. Don't panic when the pig comes. Scramble, get the big talk, fetty in and get home. Tally up the wins, though. Don't think he said he pro-violence, but it's gonna be your problem if he did, though. I lived out the way, hey. Bad apple daily clashing with my kinfolk. Badass, it did damage to my mental.
Interesting.
So you right, it took some passages to get grown. They been call me savage from the get-go.
Oh my God.
Even no mom.
Of course, December 24th is the day before Christmas. This line right here, bad acid did damage to my mental. That kind of helps explain a couple things right there, especially some of the music videos that we've seen today. Oh, I don't know if I honestly don't think I'm into this. The production, you know, the production is very different. It's very experimental. I'm okay with that. It doesn't really bother me. I think the biggest struggle I'm having with this album thus far is there's a lot of just slang, terminology, references that are just way over my head. So there's a lot of stuff that he's saying that if you if you know, right? And I don't fucking know. That's the problem. That's kind of the problem. And it's not a his problem thing. It's a my problem as a listener. So it's hard to, like, my brain is continually trying to find like a foothold to get onto, to ride the lyrics with. And he just, right, for me, it feels like he's just randomly saying shit all over the place. And then two, the flow is kind of like, it's kind of just like not really there. I mean, he's going, but I don't know. So far, not really into some rap songs so far, which is strange because I think this has more listens. Well, maybe not. Maybe I don't like Shithead more. It's very challenging. I'll say that. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's shit, but it's very different from what I usually listen to. Let's see. There are a couple lines. What the hell's going on? Oh, my printer. 10 toes, know you on your shit already, big stone, granite, and your fist balled, standing on the strip, don't panic when the pig comes, scramble, get the big tall fetty, and then get home. Like that. I have no fucking idea what he's talking about there. No idea what he's talking about. Tally up the wins, though. Don't think he said he's pro-violence, but it's going to be your problem if he did, though. Now that makes sense. Palace where the Crips stay, silent when the pigs come browsing in his shit. Okay, I want to click on this annotation. Remember when they had my grandmammy on drip drink? The hospital, right. Sure, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I figured some sort of IV of some kind. How much of that gin straight could have filled the fish tank? In this line, Earl is referring to one of his grandmother's habits prior to her passing. One of her coping methods was alcohol, as stated in Off Top, right around the same time as grandma drank a bunch. This line is also a continuation of the previous line. Okay. My doggy hit my cell. Say he got me off the strength. This is it. This is a great highlight of, I just don't know what the fuck is being said. Ask him. That's just how it is. Say you die and then you live, huh? With Mac Miller. Well, I don't know. Very challenging. Very challenging. I told you, these people passing like the sit go. We pass in. People know we keep the gas inside the spliff roll. The wind, get the ashes in the end, bro. Fucking no idea. No idea. People always remember it after their death or when they turn the ashes. Sure, the wind of time. Fuck, man. Wild. Very challenging. Let's move on. Move on to track 5, which is called, or track 6. Is that right? Track 6? Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's right. Okay. Track 6, On the Way, produced by Earl, featuring Standing on the Corner. Okay. Track 6, On the Way.
Yeah. You niggas know. Alright, check it out.
Okay.
Look.
I can settle into this a little bit.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. My mood really swinging. I peruse like a native would do. What I'm thinking I should do for the sake of myself. No games with this cash. Go play with yourself. We stay on your ass. Your sense of safety melt in a flash. Bang. Don't know what I'ma say cause I don't label the bags. I stay in them. See you shooting but your angles was trash. Don't play with us. I revisit the past. Pour wine and pages of pads. Mama say don't play with them scabs. It's safe to say I see the reason I'm bleeding out. I need you now. Closed lips make the mouth breathe his frown. 2's a team. 3 a crowd. 12th Street. I kept some lean around.
Cool turn right there. Like that. I like that it slows down here a bit. What sucks, so we're between tracks. I should just let it fucking go, huh? Well, I've already stopped. Doesn't matter. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. There's got to be transitions like that. On the Way gets a heart. I like On the Way. I'm starting to settle into the sound a little bit. I have no fucking idea what to make out of these lyrics, man. Earl is whooping my ass thus far with this project. Oh, man. And you know what? So let's just keep rolling. We'll roll on track 7, which is called The Mint. It sounds like there was a great transition there. We're still kind of there, so let's just roll with it.
Yep, that's right. I'm running things.
I was wrong. There's no transition.
I'm running things.
Hold me down, hold me up, hold me close, cause when times are up, show they true colors, don't know who to trust. Mine working like the water when it rush, growing from my father, bitter to his touch. Now I'm solely honored, living is a must. All this from my mama till I'm dust. God gon' deal the karma, lost my trust in every man, no, many man got me in a jam. I be in my feelings, on the other hand, I just need a moment. Off of my condolence, smoking till the morning.
Brody on the corner with a piece on his hip. Give a warning for you blow it in the sky. Tiptoeing over mortar and a brick. Bumping shoulders with the devil in disguise. Shoulder level water on the rise. Twist 40s in the morning in the winter. Sand falling out the hourglass. Grand total, it's a whole lot of raps. Quicksand, scrambling out of that. Go behind the back, switch hand, affairs high. Niggas know they out of whack. Sterilize the click, paralyzed maritime. Niggas win every time. Wavy dime tapping in. Savion motherfucker. Lot of blood to let, peace to me. Give a fuck about it. Nigga. Maybe.
I'm gonna pause there, even though there's a couple seconds left. Maybe I can roll into the next song. Fucking. So this song is a perfect example of so many lines where I don't understand the references. I just don't. I mean, unfortunately, that's all there is to it. And that's not a knock on Earl. That's just the situation. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Shit. I have to sneeze. I don't want to sneeze. Mine's working like the water when it rush. Grown from my father, bitter to his touch. Mind working like the water when it rush. So it's just like channeling through things, like cutting through things, because that's what the water does when it rush. Now I'm solely on her, living as a must. All this for my mama till I'm dust. So he's going to take care of his mom until he dies. God going to deal the karma. Saying every man know many men. I feel like that's a reference to 50 Cent. Yeah, okay. I actually know many men. I've heard that before. Got me to jam. I be in my feelings. On the other hand, I just need a moment. Offer my condolence. Smoke until the morning. Brody's on the corner piece with his hip. There was a line in here. Here we go. Twist. 40s in the morning in the winter. Heard you got your sauce. What's this one about? Continue on the main issues discussing the album. Earl describes the active opening of 40. Right. Conversely, winter has been described as the most depressive time of the year. Oh, okay. He's drinking first thing in the morning in the winter because it's cold. It's dark. He's depressed. Okay, that makes sense. I missed that. I heard you got your sauce at Enterprise, which is a rental car company. Evidently, it was rented, but it's mine. Evidently, it was written like Nas. So why is he referencing that? Plays double meaning on written, yeah. As in the perfect tense to write. Okay, well, whatever. My brain is just like disintegrating right now. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Holy shit. And you know, I can already see the comments. Bob, stop trying to analyze the fucking lyrics. Stop worrying about it. You don't get it. Just try and vibe with the music. But in that lane, it's difficult because I'm not really into it. It's different. Oh no, it's different. I want to say it's just yeah. The style is so far removed from what I've been listening to recently, and not that that's bad, but I'm having a hard time adjusting to the sound. And then too with this one kind of specifically with Earl, I kind of wasn't into his flow either. So just a challenging experience thus far. Very challenging. No, I use too much of everything at hand, except the difference is now I control it. So he's still substances, but he can control it. But isn't that what they all say? I did like this line a lot. Sands falling out the hourglass. Grant told it's been a whole lot of reps, but sand falling out of the hourglass. You run out of time, right? Run out of time. All right, let's keep going. We'll continue to get my ass whooped by Earl Sweatshirt here. I did enjoy Mint. That one will get a heart. Track 8 is called The Bends, produced by Navy Blue. Let's drop in.
Ben, we don't break, we not the bank. We all we got. Switch whips, we relocate. Way out of state. Bada bing, bada bang. Mr. Puppet Master, all of the strings in my hand. Peace to my mans, you gotta go be with your fam more. For real, I feel like the landlord. My niggas came a long way from the Dickies and Dirty Jan Sports. Jack all trades, stealing niggas a handful. Ben, we don't break, we not the bank. Got memories of your face, the photo still on the mantle. It's real when you sell up letters with wax. Shit changed, not the checks that we seeing. His hands some real Mike Willie shit. We bring gorilla, they really gave up the ransom.
I kind of like the production on this. This is a cool jam. I like this one. Something about this production. The beat is pretty fucking cool. And I'm honestly surprised I enjoy it because the vocal manipulation, the way they're chopping that, and of course it goes right into Loosie, so I kill that transition. The way they're chopping that vocal is jarring, but there's something about how it offsets the beat too. It's kind of fucking cool. I almost started laughing about midway through this song because, again, Earl's just saying all that shit. I don't fucking get it. Whatever. I'm just going to let it go. Earl wins. But I was thinking about, oh, God, this album's kind of scaring the host. And I was like, well, maybe this album was scaring the bobes. Because holy shit, man. I am so like off balance through this whole thing. Oh man. Came a long way from the Dickers and the Dirty Dickies and Dirty Jan Sports. Jack of all trades, dealing people a handful. We bend, we don't break. We're not the bank. Why the bank? What's going on? Break the bank? Maybe that's it. One of the album's recurring themes is going through trying times. The line refers to the songs the title The Bends, right? Is a sickness that results from ascending too quickly. Yep, that's true. Earl is saying that although quickly ascending in fame damaged him and his friends, they won't succumb. Okay. The bar is also a reference to the phrase break the bank. Okay, cool. I was at least onto something. Where, you know, you break the bank as in you make so much fucking money off of it that the bank can't afford to pay you. Huh. Switch whips really could out of the state. Bada bing, bada bam. It's the puppet master. All the strings in my hand. So now he's in control. Peace to my man's got to go be with your fam. He's in control. Got memories of your face. The photo's still on the mantle. It's real when you seal up the letters with wax. Yeah, okay, sure. The other thing too is I think one of the ways, so Earl's just whooping my ass lyrically, and I think one of the reasons why is because I'm trying so hard to understand it, and I'm operating from this position of, oh, there's all this meaning in all these lines, that then I get to a line where it's straightforward, but I think there's another layer to it, so I'm trying to figure it. So I'm really just fucking overanalyzing everything at this point. Let's keep rolling. Let's move to track 9, which is called Loosie. Produced by Earl. It sounds like it transitioned really well from the Bends, but I've ruined that.
Main line underneath the skin of the grapevine. Save time.
God, the production's crazy.
Found a reason to live. Doubt could be an abyss. Keep fallacies off your lips. See casualties in the wind. We gathering in remembrance. Parsley in your bee. We hard to get involved with. In the blistering cold, watching harder they come, harder they fall.
Kinda liking this beat too.
They prove me wrong quick. Long trip, sifting through memories over dumb splits. Young men flung soliloquy off the tongue tip.
I'm gonna let it roll. We're just gonna keep rolling.
Pedal to the metal, lost foot, and it was sugar in my gas tank. My cushion was a bosom on bad days. It's not a black woman I can't thank. You called crying when I told you these are last days. Saw mine, could've split the last play. Niggas didn't have faith, so I stopped trying. Apologize. We out of time, please get your alibi straight. You ain't gotta lie, shit tradition did it my way. No sense in looking in the sky. Less, this how we on it. If you need it and I want it, better come prepared. Going through it like prayers in the night sky. You look like a chair when you folding up. Hands on like a goalie with the puck, don't need any luck. See the ghost of where I was, lonesome as I was.
Stop it there. So I'm kind of taking a different angle now. I think what I'm trying to do is just back the fuck off of the lyrics, right? I was thinking with letting it roll from Loosie into Azucar there, how this kind of feels like fucking Donuts a bit. Donuts, to me, Donuts is kind of jarring. It's kind of funky. It's kind of just weird. It keeps going. It doesn't stop. You can't like fucking really kind of wrap your mind around it, which is great considering how it was made, when it was made, etc. That loop, that cycle, life and death and all this other shit. And this is just, I don't know. I feel like I need to just stop talking entirely. Like this is very challenging in terms of listening and stopping. I feel like I'm ruining the experience. Hopefully I'm not ruining it for you guys. I probably am, but I think really what I'm trying to say is I feel like this album experience will be much better just putting it on and letting it flow. Let it flow. Just let it go. Let it go. I feel like this is one of those albums where you pick up the lyrics over time. Not like I try to do, right? Where I try and pull out the story and all this other shit. So let's see. We've got 5 more tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one is called Exclipse. I'm going to put a heart next to Azucar. That one was kind of cool, too. I'm starting to get into it. We've got a couple hearts now. We're kind of on a heart run right now. There's 5 more. Let's just keep rolling. This is challenging. Very challenging. I've never really had an experience like this in terms of the album, except for maybe Donuts. Donuts is the only thing I can think of. And by the time I get to Phoenix, by Injury Reserve, that one was a trippy one, too. But that one didn't keep rolling like this one does. So I'm going to shut up. Track 11, Eclipse. Let's just go.
Take no prisoners, make more chips and work the brakes off, nigga shit. Straight on. Say goodbye to my openness, total eclipse of my shine that I grown to miss from holding shit in. Open my lids, my eyes say my soul is amiss. The signs say we close to the end. My mind stays sober and bent over the pit, poking the flames.
Trippy, man.
Total my shit.
Oh,
that's me though. Play the game, no cheat code. Had to leave from the free throw. Your mouth running when you decompose. Facts is rugged on the peak. Don't stumble, serve culinary treats, bro. The herd hungry gotta eat. Why it's so muddy in the creek? Poet 3 foes coming by the fleet.
Trippy, man.
Say goodbye to my openness, total eclipse of my shine that I grown to miss from holding shit in. Open my lids, my eyes say my soul is amiss. The signs say we close to the end.
Let's let it roll.
My nigga, peace to every crease on your brain. Peace to who came before me in the game. We giving praise and glory to your name, kid. We cellophane your story so it stays since birth. Mama raised and birthed me. I ain't changed, I'm a man. I'm just saying that I stayed imperfect. Earl is not my name, the world is my domain, kid. It's been a minute since I heard applause. It's been a minute since you seen or heard from me. I've been swerving cars. It's been a minute since I heard applause. Sitting on a star thinking how I'm not a star. I can't call it dog. Sometimes I feel like I wanna call it off. I can't call it dog. Hey, keep pace, my
Trippy,
nigga.
man. This is fucking wild. This is so wild.
Keep faith, my nigga. Be safe, see safe, keep pace, my nigga. Keep faith. Peace, peace, Sitting on a star, thinking how I'm not a star.
I'm just gonna let it roll. Just let it roll.
To my mentors and comrades in arms, those present and those gone on, thank you to my family.
Can you see them now?
To my partner Wisteria, who I love and depend on more than I can say.
For some children,
To my son Tebe,
words like
cultural worker and student of life.
home, frighten and abort the hope that should have been. Perhaps I should just borrow the remembrance voice again, while I can, and say,
You know the real deal.
to have a home is not a favor.
So I'm gonna pause here. Try and catch my breath. I have a hard time not doing anything. Like, it's a reaction video, and so when I just sit here and listen, to me I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But this is so fucking unlike anything else I've ever done in terms of album reactions. I've never really heard anything like this. Close, like I was saying earlier, closest is Donuts, but this has got fucking vocals on top of it, and it's a totally different spin. And I kind of feel like my head is spinning a bit. Earl Sweatshirt has thoroughly whooped my ass with this album. Thoroughly. Like, I'm completely knocked out. 10 count. I want to read what this is about here. I don't usually do this. So Playing Possum features sample recordings of his mother speaking about him and audio of his father reading his poem, Anguish Longer Than Sorrow. The addition of both of his parents to the album was intended to be a surprise that he'd planned as a conciliatory gesture, but tragedy struck again when I can't pronounce the name, passed away on the 18th before Earl got a chance to send him the album. So his dad passed away, I guess? The title playing Possum refers to the idea of feigning death, usually when faced with a situation one does not want to deal with, of course. In this very retrospective album here, Earl embodies the role as he chooses not to directly face the past by rapping on the track, but allow his parents to inadvertently make the gestures themselves. And this is a quote from Earl here. The song is way less about my dad dying than it is about what both of my parents were talking about and the conversation I was trying to have and the conversation I was trying to have them in with each other. Just like them back and forth. Okay, so it's his parents talking back and forth. For me, people that are in my life is word association. Interesting. That was really kind of an interesting song. This whole album is kind of wild. And letting it flow does help quite a bit. I do like it more when I just let it go, hands off, let it be what it is. So there's two more. The next one's Peanut. I think I will pause at the end of Peanut. Well, maybe not. Fuck it. No, fuck it. Let's just let it roll. Let's close this out. We got Peanut, and then we got Riot. And Riot is huge. So let's see. Peanut's produced by Earl. Riot is produced by Earl. Oh, it's just an instrumental. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll finish it out. Here we go. Last two tracks off of some rap songs.
Hey, nephew, NSA. You know I'm on the way.
Fuck, this is wild.
Shit. Left it not a maze. Thought you up in aim. Now you done in braids. Get the fuck back. You moving like they cut your cane. Lick the nut sack. Fluted in some terrible ways. My pops, she set them off.
Wild production. What the fuck?
Still is shocking out my heart out. Somewhere on the range. Out of range. Father's face, but I'm not afraid. My Uncle Hugh.
And here's Riot. This is fucking cool. Yeah, this is really cool. This is cool. Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Every now and then, especially with some of the more experimental albums that I've gone through, I think to myself, well, that's as weird as it's ever going to get. Fuck. Like, I need to go just like lay down on the floor. Holy shit, man. I was so completely out of my element on that the whole time. The whole time. And I apologize for those who've watched the whole way through. I appreciate it. Thank you for your patience. For those of you who maybe you gave up and you just skipped to the closing thoughts to see what I think. About halfway, I switched. I just stopped. I just stopped trying to read the lyrics. I stopped trying to make sense of it, and I just let the songs run a bit. And that helped. That was important to do. Fuck. I don't really know what to say to that. I was having a hard time first half, as you guys saw. As I let it go and just let it roll, I was clicking to it more, started to settle into sound more. Additional Thoughts is going to be really interesting for some rap songs. Really interesting, because I don't know how I'm going to feel about this album after more listens. But I'm definitely going to put in more listens. I mean, the album itself is only, 25 minutes, so it's going to get more listens. I can listen to it during my commute easily, especially now traffic has been such shit lately. I can listen to this twice each way. Really curious to see how this will play out for me after more listens. Fuck, that was like so I was way out of my element. Anyway, okay, if you're watching on YouTube, that'll be the end. If you're Patreon, let's check out this video.